as well, so my pleasure to be here in Romania. My first time actually in this great country, so very exciting time for me as well. So, like Anna mentioned, I work in the Nokia's headquarters and globally responsible for the product marketing activities for our smart devices range. And of course, one of the great exciting products we've been launching lately has been this Nokia 808 PureView camera phone, what I'm going to talk about today a bit more. And at Nokia, we do a lot of consumer research. We have a continuous dialogue with our huge consumer base to try to understand that, how the people are using their phones, what they do with their phones, and what are the needs, what they miss in their current phones as well. And from the research, what we've learned is that taking photos with your phone is one of the most frequently used features in today's mobile phones. So people are even increasingly taking photos with their phones to share them, but also increasingly today what we see, of course, is you want to also upload your photos to Facebook or some other social networks. However, at the same time, what we hear from the consumers is that the photo quality in today's phones, today's camera phones, is not really yet up to the level what the people would expect. The photos you take with your phone are typically not really sharp, especially in tough conditions like low light conditions. The image quality is pretty crappy. You get these grainy, bad-looking photos indoors, for example, on the nighttime setups. Thirdly, what we hear from the users is that to have a kind of adequate camera performance in your phone, you would also like to have a kind of a good enough zoom that you can get closer to the object when the need is. And for these reasons, actually, already 5 years ago, in 2007, we started a huge R&D effort within Nokia, with our engineers and our partners, to really set the next benchmark in the industry on the camera phone performance. And earlier this year, in February, in the Mobile World Conference in Barcelona, in Barcelona, we were very proudly presenting the result of these 5 years of hard work, what we put in, and we announced the Nokia PureView technologies as the name for the highest grade imaging performance in the Nokia mobile phones going forward. And the other thing what we announced was the first ever mobile device, which will feature the PureView technology, being the Nokia 808 PureView, which will be now the kind of the ultimate imaging flagship in our range. And of course, if you look around in the industry, Nokia 808 PureView goes to a level of imaging performance that nobody else is even close. So we are completely now setting a new benchmark for others to look at and basically start seeing that, that what the imaging performance in a camera phone can really be in practice. And today you're going to see much more about what this means in practice. Other two remarks. This announcement in Barcelona was well recognized by the industry right away. So in the Barcelona Mobile World Conference, we got the Best Mobile Device Award for the year, the Mobile World Conference Award for the Best Mobile Device for the 2012, which is a big moment for us as a company as a whole, because I think the last time Nokia got this award in the Mobile World Conference was with the first ever Nokia communicator years back. So it's a big thing for us. Then a bit more recent, a couple of months ago, the TIPA organization, the Technical Image Press Association, which represents for the technical image press journalists across the world, they gave the Best Innovation Award in Imaging for the PureView technology, which is of course a great milestone for us and a great recognition for our efforts that TIPA organization gives a mobile technology the award of the best imaging technology innovation in the whole imaging area. So it's a great recognition and demonstration of the fact that what we have here is truly innovative, it's truly revolutionary thing, what we bring to the hands of consumers in a nice pocketable device. And we have already started the sales in multiple markets, and we will start shipping in Romania as well in July, we are currently estimating. So a couple of things about the PureView technology. So we will be using the PureView technology in multiple ways and forms in the future devices we bring out. And the 808 PureView is only the first proof point of the technology. So in the PureView technology, we always will play around 3 different elements from technology perspective. We will have high-performance image sensors that allow us to capture a lot of detail, lots of light into the surroundings. We have a lot of Nokia-developed image processing algorithms that allow us then to process the image data to produce a perfectly clear photo as a result. And then we work together with our key partner, Carl Zeiss, who has an exclusive relationship with Nokia, that we can use the Carl Zeiss developed optics and lenses in our devices, and that allows us to have the high-performance optics as well that really bring the best of the imaging performance to the level what it needs to be. So these are the 3 key elements what the PureView technology will be in practice. I say a couple of more words about the technology, and then I move to a real-life demos to make it a bit more interesting. The slides are not interesting to anybody, so let me just briefly talk about the device itself. So the very first device, so the Nokia 808 PureView, in this device we decided to put a super high resolution image sensor with 41 megapixels in it. So the 41 megapixels, of course, is a number that is completely unheard in the whole industry. So the typical smartphones, as you know, have kind of 5 to 8 megapixel sensors. Some of the other vendors have like 10 megapixel sensors and so forth. The Nokia N8, which was our previous imaging flagship, had 12 megapixels. So putting 41 megapixels into the sensor is, of course, a major leap. But that's really what matters. That, you know, it doesn't matter to put a couple of more megapixels on top of the existing technology. That doesn't make any difference. You need to really do this step change improvement in the image resolution, the sensor resolution size, to get the benefits what I'm going to talk about now. So 41 megapixels is really a big sensor. So, and as a reference point here, so I can show here. Here you can see different type of sensors. So bottom here you see a typical 5 megapixel sensor. In the middle is a typical 8 megapixel sensor. And up here you see the Nokia PureView 41 megapixel image sensor. So the point I want to make here is it's not only about the number of the megapixels, it's also the physical size of the sensor that matters. Because the bigger the size of the sensor, the more light, the more detail you can capture with your device. So it's from the technical terms perspective, it's a 1 over 1.2 inch sensor size-wise, so from the optical size measures. So it's a very big sensor. It's roughly 4 to 5 times bigger than the kind of typical 8 megapixel sensor you have a typical phone. So it just tells you the fact that we are able to really get a lot of photons, light into the sensor. That really kind of is the one fundamental reason behind the great performance that we deliver. The other thing what we have in the device is the technology, Nokia innovation, a proprietary technology we call the pixel oversampling. And pixel oversampling means that we actually, in a default mode, when you use the camera in the default mode takes 5 megapixel super sharp photos. But only 5 megapixels. But what we do in the imaging technology side is that we actually take the whole information from the 41 megapixel sensor, and then we use all that information to create a perfectly clear 5 megapixel photo. So in practice what we do is that we take up to 7 pixels in the image sensor and all the information and condense that into one super pixel in the resulting photo. And that allows us to basically reduce a lot of the noise levels in the photos, and we get only the kind of reality-based information into the photo that results from this technology. That allows us to have the much better colors, much better details, and sharpness than anything else you find in the market. So we claim that our 5 megapixel PureView photos taken with the device have more detail than anything you find in an 8 megapixel, 10 megapixel